Hi everyone, I'm Tandy Gutierrez and welcome to your full moon reading for November. So this full moon, I feel like everything's coming up quick in this month, although it's not. The full moon is on November 4th in the Northern Hemisphere. I think it's like 1:22 a.m. on the East Coast. Full moons are like my favorite. They're full of energy, right? It's very amplified. The sun and the moon are in opposition to each other, so you get this entire illumination happening. It's also the time when things that you've been working towards come to fruition, come to full growth, okay? If they haven't come to full growth, because not everything happens in these 2 to 4 week cycles, some things take longer, it is the time to go, what am I really doing? What do I really want? Do I still want what I said I wanted and what I was working towards? If the answer is no, it's a time to release it and go, thank you for teaching my lessons. I release what no longer works for me. Or it's a time to like hunker down into, yes, I really want that. What are the things that aren't working to get me towards that? And that can be, personal, it could be emotional, it could be physical, it could be practical. That brings us to November full moon is in Taurus. I'm a Taurus sun. So Taurus is all about the practical. It is about the sustainable and the, perfunctory. However, Tauruses are also the true materialists. We want the one thing that's the highest quality. We don't want 10 of them. We just need one that'll last forever. So it speaks a lot to longevity, a lot to persistence, a lot to cultivating real things of quality. It's also, classic that I'm a Taurus, right? That it's about your health and taking care of the physical body. So your workouts, your food, and how your wellness is showing up in the world and coming to fruition in abundance. Okay, so if you need help with that, you head over to mountaintnkitchen.com and you sign up over there because I can handle all of those things for you too. So let's see what the full moon reading is for us. And I'm using a different deck today because I just kept getting the little messages that this is what we're going to use. So I'm using the Fountain Tarot. It's a beautiful deck. Here we go. I'll show everything to you as I go, like we always do. Man. Okay, for a minute I was like, wait, did the deck let's go. Okay. Fascinating. No way. Okay. This is really interesting because for a minute I was like, wait, is this separated into suits? No. So for your full moon reading, there's a lot of coins, a lot of cups. Interesting. Okay, here we go. So the energy of this full moon for us, 7 of coins. 7 of coins. This is great. Okay. So coins in general are what you reap, you sow. It's everything that I was talking about for Taurus, right? Coins and pentacles are about what you've planted, what you work on. It's usually the maker and the doer, and it's the complete practicality of life, right? What effort did you put into it? What research did you put into it? What did you do to help bring it to this place? Okay, so the energy of right now is a 7, which is that, I call it the self-help number. It's the self-evaluation, the self-doing. It has everything to do with luck, right? Lucky number 7. Luck is when preparation meets timing, right? So this is a great little card because it shows this man, cultivating these like little plants that he's grown, and they're filled with coins. So it's things, they're like little cabbages. Cabbages are super earthy, and it's this pulling them out because it's finally time. Any plant is, a bit of luck and a bit of magic and a heaping dose of science, right? A plant grows in the proper environment, in the proper soil, with the proper amount of water for what it needs and the right amount of light. So the energy of right now is that you've done that. That's been happening, and now you're going to start to see the benefits of the things you've put effort and love and consistency and persistence into. It's beautiful. What to release? Now, this is a funny one. So the readings with me tend to be, rather than what to get rid of, they tend to be about what to give to the world, what to release out into the world. So this is King of Coins. King of Coins is about really understanding how to generate abundance in this earthly plane. You know, it's like this, you know, granddad of like finance, you know, sitting in his office just counting his money. Abundance doesn't always have to be about financial gain, you know, or growth. It can be about your health and your wellness. It can be about the amount of love and joy in your life. It's the good stuff, right? In this earthly plane, though, it does tend to be about finances and money, because it is what makes the world go round. I'm not saying it's all about money. It's absolutely not. It's about the energy. It's about the helping. It's about the healing. But in this physical plane, we often see reward in financial abundance, growth, right? And it's kind of this funny like trick of things in a spiritual nature of that, you know, manifestation and growth, that we can denote it and sometimes set the bar as our healing as to what opportunities and growth opportunities are coming into our life. Does that make sense? I hope I'm saying that clearly, because I am absolutely not meaning that, you know, financial reward is the only reward. But in this earthly plane, it is a beautiful notation of growth and healing, that more opportunities will come to you. It's also showing of security, that the universe always has your back and that you have everything you need, and that life is inherently abundant if we know how to tap into it and work with it, right? So this is about releasing the notion that it's stagnant and stale and the only thing in this old dude's like way of doing things. It's about accepting that your abundance and financial reward, you know, comes because of personal growth and personal healing. That, yeah, okay, so it's just pushing me down this path to, not to say that it's what you need to focus on, but clearly some of you need to hear this, that growth in that area of your life, or transition in that area of your life, comes from personal growth and personal healing and personal transition. They do go hand in hand. And then you all will get into the like, why are some people so abundant yet their souls are so stunted? Whole different topic. Hold that thought, okay? So, but this is, they also just don't have a block about it, right? Most of us who are seekers and spiritually minded have this block that financial reward is dirty, that it demeans what we do or what we're trying to do, the helpers and the healers, when really it's about this physical plane, and it's how the game gets, you know, shuffled and how it functions. I hope I'm not going way off track on this, and if you all have questions about it, you can head over to Instagram and ask me, you know, or post comments there. So it's about releasing old, antiquated ideas of how you reap abundance, financial abundance in this lifetime. That it's not a bad thing to be rewarded or to be compensated for your gifts, right? It is absolutely connected to the internal blocks that you have energetically, and that once you can heal internally, those things will show up more abundantly in your life, okay? Lessons of these 2 weeks in the full moon. So I do these for the 2 weeks because then we're headed into the new moon. 3 of coins, like more coins, get ready because they're all coming. 3 of coins, so this is the lessons of the week. This is about taking what you have. Like, it's a great picture because what you don't really see, and I'll hold the card closer up, is that there's 2 people to the side, okay? So this is about bringing partnerships together, right? That there may be this one key person you see out front, but that there is reward and celebration because there's 3 of them working on this, power of 3, or there's partnership or community involved in it. So the lessons of this week are learning how to work together and how to put the pieces together properly. So I talk a lot about, I feel like often the universe throws you puzzle pieces and you're like, I'm listening, I'm hearing, I grab my signs and rules and omens. But the confusion comes in how to put those pieces together, right? So there's a lesson this week about putting the pieces together that I think there'll be some illumination and some like clarity for you all of like, I've had all of these hula hoops in my office and now I see how to make them into a gorgeous sculpture. Like I see how the pieces connect and I have clarity on my life path because of that. Blessings. I mean, come on. 10 of Cups. So 10 of Cups is, you know, this is it. This is happy endings. This is wishes granted. Cups are about your emotions and your faith in love, and love being the ultimate healer, right? Faith in divinity. You can say faith in God. It's the bigger than yourself energy, right? And that's love. So the blessings is that it comes, okay, in this deck, it's like this awesome counterbalance pose, right? So this is about finding your happy endings, your faith in miracles and in love and in divine spirit assisting you through balanced partnership, which is super cool because you just had this about, you know, connection and partnership and community and working with others. So that's a beautiful blessing. That's a big old yes. What is your heart's desire? Our heart's desires in these 2 weeks. More coins! I can't make this stuff up, you guys. Ace of Coins. Okay? So Ace of Coins, again, has this idea of fruition, right? Of things being grown, of things coming to fruition, of like, you watch the seeds, are they gonna sprout? What's gonna happen? Oh, like, and then all of a sudden, it just happens. It's, you know, it looks like a miracle. Meanwhile, there was science and miracle and love and care and attention into growing. I mean, growing a plant is just the perfect metaphor, right, for a spiritual process and a spiritual thought process towards it, because it's a leap of faith, but it's got to have, you know, the real deal doing, soil and water and temperature and sunlight, and tending to, like with persistence. But then sometimes some seeds just don't sprout, even if you did everything right. And you know, and then sometimes you kind of didn't do it right, but it works and it grows, right? You know, so the dream here is to see things come to fruition abundantly. This reading really is about financial abundance. If you need it to be, you know, physical abundance, it's very Taurian. It's absolutely about this full moon. But it's about what you reap, you sow, and things finally coming to fruition because of the effort you've put in prior. So this is beautiful. Okay, you have big steps towards the heart's desire. So the heart's desire is to see things you've been really working towards long term. I'm talking like years. You know, finally come to fruition, finally have that breakthrough moment, finally grow, and finally reap some reward. The big steps to it is 8 of Cups. More cups. You guys, I relate. Like, neat. 8 of Cups is about walking away from things that just don't work anymore. It's about leaving the past behind. And sometimes you do just need to walk away from things. Sometimes you don't know why it didn't grow. You did do everything right. It's just not the right thing anymore. I'm also getting a real sense of this 8 of Cups of the big steps, or to leave behind. You know, it is that because we got this one and the tangent came, it is about the emotional and the analytical conditioning. It is time to walk away from these false paradigms about how things happen when they happen, meaning they only happen to people who have, you know, networking, like connections. They only happen to people before, you know, their 40s. They only happen if you live in these places. Like, no. The universe is abundant and magic. Like, miracles can happen anywhere. But you have to believe in them, you have to cultivate them, and your internal programming has to be wired for them. And the beauty of that is that we all typically come to that transition of wiring, and that's why we have an awakening process, and that's why we embark on a spiritual path and a spiritual journey, is because we do need to uncover, we do need to remember, we do need to unravel and redo from that perspective. So the big steps are about walking away from these false paradigms of how you think things happen, how success happens, how abundance comes to you. What to focus on. I mean, Temperance, beautiful card. So Temperance to me carries the same energy of Cups, okay? So Cups is about your faith in miracles, your faith in love, your faith in the divine entities, in the ethers, that we're not separate from things, but it's a matter of figuring out how to communicate and how to work, how to dance together. Temperance is absolutely about your connection to divine spirit. So, you know, this card is like him squatting in a river, and there's white light filling him from the crown, and then these kind of magic, you know, like sacred geometry box pieces that he's playing with. So Temperance is about your connection to the divine and knowing that you're never separate from it, right? It's a remembering that we're holy and perfect and divine the moment we, you know, came to this planet, you know, but we were divine before that, right? It's all stardust. So Temperance is about meditation, receiving, understanding the flow of things, of sitting in quiet in meditation, sitting in contemplation of tarot readings, sitting in contemplation of divinity and our place in it, and our you know, dark stuff and our bad habits, and how we can transition that, and how we talk to ourselves, and how we program to move forward in the world, all happens in this Temperance card, right? Temperance is the anima mundi, right? It's the connection and the closed, it's like a closed circle of you being held by divinity, that you come home to divine spirit, that you're not separate from it. It's not for other people. You know, miracles happen but only for other people. You know, miracles happen for me too. I don't know what my miracle is yet. I don't know what I'm striving for, but here we go. I'm on the path. So Temperance is beautiful. Okay. Well, there was a reason that deck got called up, because it was really beautiful. I'm going to pull one more. This is Jen Berlingo's Soul Space Oracle deck, and I think it's really pretty. And I think, you know, here we go. It's all about this reading in this full moon for us is all about abundance and things coming to fruition. So I want to pull one extra card about how can we help divinity, how can we meet it halfway to help bring things to fruition. You know, so neat. Held. So it is about surrender, and I did this whole like anima mundi thing, right, of being held by divine spirit, you know, and kind of being cradled. It's about remembering and allowing the universe to hold you, right? The universe has your back. Like it's always rooting in your behalf. We just don't understand because it doesn't always look the way we want it to look or how we think it should look. So the helper to bring things to abundant fruition for you all and for us in this reading, in this full moon, is to allow ourselves to be held in spirit. Beautiful. Okay. So if you need any help with the functional physical things of that Taurus energy, of workouts, food, you know, practical tactics, head over to mattinkitchen.com. You can become a subscriber and a member over there to work out with me, and also with the recipes in my food reset. If you're interested in a personal reading or in a one-on-one wellness consultation, you can head over to tandygutierrez.com and book that there. Thank you so much for being here for this reading. I love you very much, and I will see you next month.